good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly radio show called Encouragement for Your Life. Many of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach, and I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, how to present well, media skills, and crisis communication. Hey, listen, if you're a part of an association that has a nationwide conference, please suggest my name to be one of the speakers. I would love to be a part of your team. You can find me at debsofield.com. Many of you know I've got a number of books on the market. You can find them at Amazon. Just type in my name, Deb Sofield, and all my books will appear. I'm also on Audible with my book, Speak Without Fear, and my latest book, Perfecting Your Platform. All the books are also on Kindle. I have a great message today. It's one that I've seen with a couple different authors, but I'm going to give it to a guy named David Brooks. And he said this: almost every successful person begins with two beliefs. Number one, the future can be better than the present. And number two, I have the power to make it so. I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for spending this next half hour with me. Let's get started with today's show. So I got to tell you, I really like that theme. Most every successful person begins with two beliefs. The future can be better than the present, and I have the power to make it so. You know, if you've been listening the last few weeks, you know I've been speaking about the idea of excellence, commitment, and action. I want to spend time today and talk about how you, dear listener, can choose to make the changes that will change your life. You know, the idea of excellence, I think, is rarely talked about because it's really hard. It's easy to be good enough, and for many, that's all they're willing to give. So I wonder about this. I mean, really, what would it take to go all out, to give 100%, to push yourself to the limit? Not asking you to do more than you can physically do possible, but to simply and honestly give it your best. And since you know, instinctively, that's a good idea, and it's important that we be excellent, I wonder why we don't do it. And I'm going to put myself in here too. Listen, I get that we're all tired. We have a lot on our plate, and sometimes what I think is we're not sure the benefits of being excellent outweigh the effort of being, good enough. Not the consequence of it, but the effort it will take. I understand, but I have to ask, have you considered the value of living your best life ever for the rest of your life? I like the quote that true excellence takes sacrifices, mistakes, and an enormous amount of effort. I committed when I started on the speaking circuit years ago, and when I started with this radio show, that I would always tell you the truth about the enormous amount of effort that it takes to truly live to your full potential. I'm not going to sugarcoat it to make it seem easy because, I'll just be honest, it's not. But what I want you to know, that even though it's hard, friends, you can do it. It is simply a daily choice you and I have to make. I have to say, I really like the motivational speaker Tony Robbins for a lot of reasons. He's very well known for his concept of strategy, story, state. Let me give you just a big idea of this concept that he has pioneered, and then encourage you to pick up one of his many books for a good and encouraging read. Tony Robbins says, everyone wants to change something about his or her life. Whether you want to find love or improve your relationship, master your finances, or finally get into shape, it's absolutely possible if you have the right approach. Now, he says there are 3 steps to creating a breakthrough. 3 forces that, together, can massively change every aspect of your life. And here's what they are. Number 1, you need to find the right strategy. To make a lasting change, you've got to start with a proven strategy, Tony Robbins says. Planning to eat 500 calories a day to lose weight, or hoping to land on the one right stock tip, that's probably not sustainable over the long term. He says, how do you find that strategy works? I always believe the best way to get results, the fastest way, is to find someone who has already accomplished what you're after and model his or her behavior. Number 2, understand the power of your story. Even if you have the right strategy, you won't get anywhere if you don't follow through. Because it is the stories that we tell ourselves that make or break our best laid plans, says Robbins. If you're not taking action, he advises that we consider the story we're telling ourselves. Someone trying to save more might limit themselves by thinking deep down, I don't make enough, I can't save more, or that's only for rich people. Friend, if that's your story, that's holding you back. It's not empowering you. Tony Robbins says 80% of success in life is psychology and 20% is mechanics. Then his third point is you and I have to change our state of mind. Our mental and emotional state colors our perception and experience of life and everything we do. If you and I feel afraid or insecure, let's be honest, that's hard to make a big change. But if you feel like $1,000,000 and you're ready to conquer the world, well, that's how you create real breakthrough. A new state with a new story and a proven strategy. Now, what's interesting, that is the opposite of how most people do it. Because most people really think that you've got to find a strategy, recreate your story, and get in the right state of mind. Tony Robbins will tell you, turn it around. What you have to do is have a new state of mind. And then you can create your new story. And then you just need to find the right strategy to make it work. Here's the big idea, my friend. You are in control of your life. Bursley Jones has said, you have this one life. How do you want to spend it? Apologizing, regretting, questioning, hating yourself, dieting, running after people who don't see you? Oh, friend, be brave. Believe in yourself. Do what feels good. Take risks. You have this one life. Make yourself proud. So continuing with my idea of excellence, commitment, and action, it brings me back for my theme for today. Almost every successful person begins with two beliefs. The future can be better than the present, and I and you have the power to make it so. And let me tell you, there's a lot of reasons why you should consider stepping up. And one of the most important reasons I can share with you today is a quote that I found. I actually don't know who said it, but I believe it's a keeper. When you find yourself in the position to help someone, be happy, feel blessed, because God is answering that person's prayer through you. Remember, our purpose on this earth is not to get lost in the dark, but to be a light to others, so they may find their way through us. That's the reason why you and I should commit to making the change in our lives to be excellent. Be ready to take the action to make it happen. And don't think it's impossible. I love the quote from Audrey Hepburn. She's famous for saying nothing's impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. And you are. So just for today, can you set aside all your self-doubt and see yourself in a new way? The way you always secretly dreamed others would see you? Remember, almost every successful person really has two beliefs. The future can be better than the present, and you have the power to make it so. So just like trying on a new coat, try on this new sense of purpose and see how it feels and if it fits right. Go ahead, wear your new you, your new strategy, story, and state of mind for others to see. The others who are looking for the light in your life that you could provide. I know I spend a lot of time on the idea of excellence because that is the linchpin to crafting an amazing life. I fully believe that. But I want to remind you that you can do all the things I have suggested and hope and dream and believe that you can be a life changer. But if you don't make some really hard personal choices, if you don't remove the negative influences in your life, I can guarantee, unfortunately so, that your flame will be short. Trust me, I wish it were easier to keep your circle of loser friends who are a lot of fun, but they're going nowhere. Friend, to live a life of excellence, you're going to have to face the fact they just are not going to understand your new purpose and will. Over time, they'll probably deflate your big idea down to a flat tire because they're running on flat tires. You'll be ridiculed, even slighted, small ways, to remind you that, oh, you're not so special, so settle down. Let me remind you. Surround yourself with positive people. Make a conscious effort to surround yourself with positive, nourishing, and uplifting people. People who believe in you, encourage you to go after your dreams, and then will applaud your victories. That, frankly, is the best way I can tell you that you will begin to see the benefits of a rock star amazing life. Now, I'm always going to be honest, so let me just tell you the truth. As you are crafting and creating the new you, you might be a bit lonely when you start out. But trust me, over time you will find your tribe. Or you might find some comfort in actually being alone to work on yourself. Either way, you're going to have to make some hard decisions to seek out those who will applaud your victory and not ignore or belittle your success. So that brings me full circle to the idea of commitment and action. Wow, wouldn't it be great if it all just fell into place and you didn't have to lift a finger? Well, if you commit to doing your work, the work will become easier and the weight of the problem or issue will become lighter because you did the hard work. There's no doubt that one of the most important keys to success is having the discipline to do what you know you should do, even when you don't feel like doing it. And over time, the discipline will become the everyday standard by which you live your amazing life. Friend, if you want an amazing life, you have got to raise your standards. There's no other way. Mary Lou Retton, the Olympic gymnast who brought home the gold, said, working hard becomes a habit, a serious kind of fun. You get self-satisfaction from pushing yourself to the limit, knowing that all that effort is going to pay off. I like the quote from Greg Reed, who said, "A dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken into steps becomes a plan. And a plan backed by actions makes your dreams come true." So let me go back to Tony Robbins and his 3 steps for success. You have to think through your strategy, meaning you've got to make your plan. Write it down, put dates to action that need to take place, and then you got to work your plan. Writing it down and taping it to the refrigerator doesn't get a whole lot done, but it's a great start. So if that's what it takes, my friend, write it down. But more importantly, take the plunge and start. Then, as you're building, or in some cases rebuilding your life, your dreams, your plans, seriously think through the story that you have in your head. I have to say, I attended a workshop many years ago where they asked us to write down our biggest disappointments of our life. And I'm embarrassed to say, as I reread my story, I was struck with the fact that I had not really gotten past the anger of the situation. It was then that I had to choose to move on. Because while I was still annoyed about it, the other person had moved on, and frankly, I know they just don't care. They don't care what I think or what anyone else thinks. It was so abundantly clear to me that I had to change my story in my head, and I had to see it for what it was, a life lesson that taught me some brutally hard truths. Sometimes the only way through is to rewrite the story of your happy ending. Because I'll say this, and I say it all the time, you and I get to write the ending of our lives. That's a story that we can create. But it doesn't happen easily. I've always told you, I'll be honest with you. You have to make the concerted effort. Listen, if you don't want to change, I get it. But for those of you listening who know that you have been called for more, let me remind you, and take these words to heart, that almost every successful person begins with 2 beliefs. 1, the future can be better than the present. And 2, I have the power to make it so. Tough love lesson today, but you're worth it. I know it. You know it. Now let's go and live our best life ever. I'm Deb Sofield. This is Encouragement for Your Life. Stay tuned. I'll be right back with some more ways to find success. Hi, I'm Deb Sofield. If you've ever needed help crafting a presentation for your job or your company, I can help. In today's world, you know how important it is to be able to speak and present well. I'm a national speaker and an executive speech and corporate presentations coach. I can help you craft your message for your success. I'd like to be on your team. I'd like to be your coach. Contact me through my website, debsofield.com. Welcome back, everybody. Let me continue with my theme today because I think there's a lot we can learn as we move forward. I came across a really interesting article by Lydia, I think it's Karasova, and the website is letsreachsuccess.com. And she says this: I love seeing what a person's all about. They have core values, principles, and beliefs, and truths in everyone's mind. So it's good to review what we all believe. She says, here are things I believe in. Number 1, I believe in potential. Everyone's capable of much more than they believe they can do. There's a hidden potential in each of us, and that means we can turn our lives around at any moment and start moving forward and eventually do great stuff with our lives. The next one is I believe in second chances. I've been given them when I least deserve them, and I've given them to others too. And it's almost always for the best. You should do it also. I believe in the power of habits. The things we do daily control us. They're our habits, our identity, and eventually our whole life. But we can change them. We can replace the bad ones with good ones and take back control of our present and future. I believe in self-education. Education itself is nothing much, but maybe the ability to pass a test, form relationships, and to know how to find the right moment to share what you know. But self-education is what makes us actually learn, understand, and improve. The best way to learn something is to be passionate about it, to want to understand it, and to do it without being told, to know your why, and to invest time in that daily. She says, I'm all about self-education, and many successful people think it's crucial too. The books you choose to read at home are more powerful than probably most of what your professors told you at university. Also, the mistakes you do in life are much better experiences than the internship you're obligated to do in order to be qualified for a job. She goes on to say, I believe in passion. I believe that if you're doing anything at all, you should be passionate about it. Otherwise, nothing unique and useful will come out of it. We have all done enough average stuff these days. Don't create another one. Be extraordinary by dedicating your time and energy to what you enjoy doing and believe in. I believe in strategies. Most people wander through life following other people's steps, caring about society's opinions and expectations, doing what they're told they should be doing. But that's probably not the smartest way to live your life. Instead, you and I should be a strategist. These are people who choose just a few things to focus on, find faster and better ways to do more in less time, learn and grow on the go, and then achieve some kind of greatness that leaves a legacy. Such people have the qualities to become rich, get fit, change their habit, save time, do business, form relationships, communicate easily, sell products, be super productive, and basically hack every area of the life that you want. I believe in offering value. That hasn't changed since money was invented. Listen, if you want to make real money and keep it for a long period of time, you'll have to offer some value to people, to answer their questions, give solutions to their problems, give them the information they're looking for, help them do something better and faster, or at least inspire and motivate them to take action, and show them how to do what they want to do. I believe in confidence. Everyone should be confident in their abilities. If you are currently lacking self-esteem, then, this is a quick editorial from Deb, fake it till you become it. Use body language and confidence hacks and techniques that will help you appear more confident, because eventually it rubs off and you will be. And here's a beautiful thing. It starts to happen. Because in order to succeed at something, friend, you need to be sure you can do it. And you can with enough time and effort. I believe in hard work. I believe that you should be willing to work hard. You should be investing more than 8 hours a day if you really want to make money from your idea later. Hard work pays off. It's just that it does take time, patience, and willpower for people to wait for results to come in. I believe in the power of a single thought. Thoughts become things. Let me say that again. Thoughts become things. And it can be a good thing or a bad one. It's up to you. But be careful what you focus your thoughts on, as it will be a part of your life when you least expect it. And there won't be anyone else to blame but yourself. I believe in internal happiness. The things in our surroundings change whether we like it or not. We can't always have the objects we desire. We lose close people and we don't have a chance to spend time with them because maybe they don't like us. And at any moment we could lose our job, our house, and our savings. And all these thoughts could kill us if we keep thinking about all the bad that could happen. So the solution is this. Let go of being attached to outer factors in your life and instead embrace change. Know that if you lose something you have now, after some time you'll probably get over it and find something new. There will be new people to love, new passions and hobbies to dedicate your time to, new stuff to buy, and new goals to achieve. So accept that and be happy now with exactly what you already have. And finally, I believe in gratitude. Friend, if you wake up each day and are thankful for the people in your life, for your past successes, for the chance to be alive today, and to do whatever you want these next 24 hours, for the opportunities that literally surround you, you'll be happy and you'll live in abundance. And then your gratitude, well, I trust it will increase. Have to admit, I really like that article, The 12 Things I Believe. And I want to ask our friend, what do you believe? Let me add a few more to your list. This is an article from The Conscious Rethink. It says, things you ought to believe in. Number 1, yourself. Never underestimate who you are and what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. Our friend, believe in the goodness of others. You and I should give folks a chance. And then if it doesn't work out, we can move on. Believe in the power of kindness. Acts of kindness, no matter how big or small, can have a huge and lasting influence in the lives of others. Believe that this too shall pass. You're going to face challenging times. Obstacles will stand in your way of happiness. But friends, the good outweighs the bad. Believe in your inner strength. You have 100% track record for getting through things. So never doubt you have the strength to get it done. Our friend, believe in courage. Along with your inner strength, have the courage. Have the courage to move forward in spite of your fear. Believe in hope. Hope in itself is a belief. It's an important one to hold on to. Believe in your influence on the world around you. In fact, you matter. Everything's interconnected in some big way or small, and your actions can change the world. But you decide if it'll be positive. Friend, believe in the truth. Truth is open and it creates healthy connections with people. It encourages others. And then believe in the power of words. Never underestimate the power of a positive word for those who need to hear it. I want you to believe in hard work. It's not enough to want something. Today, you and I've got to go out and work for it, but the result will be worth it. Believe in your goals and dreams. Dreams are motivational. Dreams give us hope. Dreams remind us that we have the power within us to change our lives. And then I want you to believe in change. Change is a natural part of life. It's no different to the rise and the fall of the sun. It will happen. Be ready. Believe in forgiveness. No one's perfect. We all make mistakes. Be willing to give someone a second chance if they're not a psycho. Again, editorialized. Believe in your power that you have over your thoughts and feelings. You can choose how to think and be more positive. Believe in learning. You have the incredible ability to grow as a person and learn new things. Regardless of your age, you can learn again. Believe in self-discovery. It takes a little self-reflection and exploration, but it's possible to uncover your belief and stand by it. Believe in fairness. People deserve to be treated fairly. You deserve to be treated fairly. A fair world is a kind world. It's something to believe in. And then believe in humanity. Our friend, you and I have to believe in humanity because we're part of it. Don't lose faith. And then finally, believe in peace. Peace, that would sit high on most people's wish list. inner peace, outer peace, world peace. The power of belief is something, well, it's something to believe in. And when you believe in something, you can make things happen. So I want you to believe and make the world a better place. I have to admit, I like that quick article. I know I ran through that one. It was called Things You Ought to Believe In from a Conscious Rethink. Friend, I'm so glad you spent your time with me today. I have to admit, there is so much going on in the world. Just for a few minutes, tune it out, and let's learn how to live our best life ever. You are important. There is so much you can add to the world. I'm just going to ask that you brush off your hardship and step into the light. I'm Deb Sofield. This is Encouragement for Your Life. Thank you for joining me. I hope you'll join me next week. Same time, same place. Have a good one, everybody.